Hello everyone, welcome to my videos. Myself Ashwin Nayak. From today, let me start the nine social science in the history part. The chapter name is The Mughals and then Marathas. So in this chapter, we have to studying in our previous class. So the informations about the Akbar. So Akbar, he was established the Mughal rules in India, and then he was originally from this Turkestan. His father, the Umar Sheikh Mirza, he was the king of to the small kingdom. He is called to the Paraganas in this Afghanistan. So due to his death of his father, the Babar had to be assumed a throne at the very tender age of this, the 11th year. So Babar the invaded the India from the five times. He defeated the Delhi Sultan, the Ibrahim Lodi in the Battle of this Panipat in the year of the 15 to 26 CE, and he abolished the Mughal dynasty in the India. This battle is known as to the first battle of Panipat. So Delhi is the capital city of the Babar. And the next we have to see the Humayun and then Sher Shah. So these are all one of this the most famous the kings in this Mughal dynasty. And then next one of the popular most popular among the king to ruling on this Mughal kingdom, he was the Akbar. So Akbar, he was born in the Abrot in the Sindhu. The Humayun was his father, and Hamid Banu Begum and his mother. So when Akbar assumed the power, he was only the 14th year. So after the death of this Humayun, the Hemu, the military general of Bengal king, the Muhammad Shah Abdali to oppose the convert to the Delhi and to the Agras. So after that, to this lend is terrific battle at the Panipat in the 1556 between the Hemu and the Mughals. So this is known as to the one of the second battle of this Panipat. The Akbar emerged victorian in this the battle. So his prime minister and the royal representative Bairam Khan came to the Akbar's assistance during that war. With the help of this the mighty empire, it is to be conquered the Malwa, Jaipur, and then Kondavana, Chittora, Ranatambora, and Kalingajar, Gujarat, and then Bengal. So these are all what this the Akbar to mighty with that army in this session. And the next we have to see there. So he has to remind that the states of this Kashmir, Sindhu, Orissa, Baluchistan, and then Kandahar and the Ahmednagar came to the under of this Akbar. Thus, the powerful to the foundations of this Mughal to emerge a powerful kingdom into the medieval in India. And then next we have to see there. So Akbar, the new religious policy, it is to the break and chain of this orthodox due to the closes the interaction with that mothers, teachers, and then Sufi saints. He has to abolish the religious policy, that is the jizya. So jizya is the head tax of these Hindus, and then Akbar he has to translate the Hindu religious books into the Persian language, and then he has to show us to the respect to the qualified Hindus by appointing them to the high positions in women and then others men also. So in his finance ministers, he was the Raja Todaramalla, and then Bhagavandana, Mani Singh, and then Todaramalla, and then Roy Singh. They were the governor of the Akbar kingdom. So there are the 8 Hindus to amongst the 12 provincial finance ministers are there. We have to see in this Akbar religious policies. The Akbar directed that the festivals of this Rocky and then Deepavali and then Shivaratri it should be the celebrated in the country. And then next we have to see the Akbar established the new religion. So that is the Din-e-Ilahi. He started on that the 15 to 82. It is the best aspect. All these religions were presented in the new religion. So there were the Hindus, Jain, Zoroastrians, and then Christian. The participated that he such a integrated all the people of this kingdom through his the new religion. And the next, see there the Akbar administration system. So in this administrative system, the Akbar had divided into the kingdom into the central government, the provincial government, and the paraganas. So Akbar he has to emperor to the West Kingdom to commandant of this army. So there are the 4 ministers is called to be Wakil, Wakil, Diwan, Mir Bakshi, and then main Sardar also the one of this main administration in that kingdom. So he had to divide it into the kingdom. It is to be various province. So he had to divide it into the various province to the Subah. So in these Subhas to were all together to the 15 Sabhas. It is each of these he has to the Sipha Salah. So it is to the Diwan and the Baksis and then Sardar and to the priest, a constables and all the Wakila Navis. So these are all to the every districts had to the federal Faujudar and the Amal Gujhar and then the Bakchi. So these are the admissions of these paraganas to the carried out the Shikar, Amir and then Shikar, Amir and then Potodar and to the Kanugao. So Akbar had to establish a many hierarchies in this army. It is to called on that is the Mansab. So Mansab, it is the superior as called area, that is the Mansabdar. And then next, we have to see there, that is the administrative system. So these are all the informations about that administrative system. Next, we have to see there, that is the revenue system. So it is the one of this achievement, it is to called on the to brought the Japti system into the practices. It is to be called the system of Todaramalla. So bamboo it is to measure to stick with that iron hooks were to use it on the measure to the land. Its land is classified into the foliage, parodies, chachar, and then bandar. It is also we have to see with the expectations of this banjar, the land basis fertility of the soil. So all the other lands it is to be classified as the excellent average to the farmers was given to that is the patas. So in these revenue systems, we have to see there that is the police systems is also there. It is to the Kotwal. There were the police station. It is to the Paraganas. The Akbar encouraged the art and architecture field also. It is to some other the main important the monuments that is to the Akbari Mahal. and then Fatehpur Sikri, Diwan-e-Khas, Panchamahal, Jodhbai Palace, the Birbal Mahal, Ibadat Khan, Daftar Bakht, and Daftar Khan. So those are all were it is to be the main important monuments we have to see in there, the Akbar kingdom. And then next to the Jahangir. Look at that picture. He was the Jahangir. So after the Akbar, his son the Jahangir came into the power to provide a good administrative continuity to all the policies of Akbar. So he had to personal as well as the matrinominal relationship with the Rajput. He liberalized the few restrictions against the rule of this Mewad. So Shahjahan, so during this Shahjahan, the Mughal, so Shahjahan, so his Shahjahan, he has to relationship with that spoiled with the Sikhs and Bundelas. He has to face defeated with that the Uzbek trying to convert the book vision from this. And then next, he has to follow the method of this valenting land to base it on this fertility to fix it the land tax also. And then next, we have to see there. So in these contributions to the Shahjahan, the Red Fort in the Delhi, and then Taj Mahal and other the important building, it is to be the contributions to the Shahjahan. So in this season, it is to encourage to the art and architecture during the region. It is to be called here the golden period in the end. So the Taj Mahal, it is the Mughal king Shahjahan built the Taj Mahal in the memory of his wives to the Mumtaz. So Mohal on these banks of river to the Yamuna at the Agra in the states of to the Uttar Pradesh. And then next we have to see there is the contributions of Mughals. So at that first one point, the administrative system, it is to be ruled to the India for the more than 200 years, have given the importance to the contribution defeated these areas. The power was entertained in the rule and he had abolished the rules. They considered themselves as a emperor to the call out them to the Badshahas. So Badshahas was absolute the head of this ministry administration, the military and the judiciary also. The minister to the assist them, he had abolished the power to appoint the remove the ministers, appointing to the Mansabdar, appointing to the Mansabdar, providing a land grants and then formations of laws were the major functions to the king. The Persians were to the as a official language in this kingdom. That kingdom was to divide it into that Pranta, Sarkar, Paraganas, and then Paraganas. The Wakil and Diwan, and then Mir Bakshis and Mukhya Sardar were the important minister at the center of this the government. To the assisted that Rajyapal, Bakshi, Wakiya Navi, and then Kotwal, Fauzudar, Amal Guzar went to the Bhaktinji. So these are all were to the administrated in this the kingdom. Next we have to see there that is the revenue system. So in this system, the majority of these farmers in this Mughals rule, the land tax So the land tax on the fertility of this land, the agriculture lands were the measure to inherit the fix and the tax amount 3 by 1 to the product it was paid to the tax the either in the money of this the crops. And the next in this society. So the king's minister officers to the employees had to the better status. The people were also the wearing a jewelry made of this pearl, the sapphire and others material. So excluding Anuragjab, the others were to the ruler. The farmer lives, it is to the misery due to the heavy land tax, including the policies of this the rules. The others route it is to include in the music, dance, consumptions of this liquor, the gambling of this others means to the entertainment to the middlemen. The and then occupations. So in this kingdom to the main occupations, that is the leather processor and foddler and then cobblers, the fishermen and other farmer and the non-agricultural working classes are to be to the practices. So in this system, it is also we have to see there in the Sati Sagamana and then child marriage to the which principle to the practices we have to see in the societies. And then next we have to see there in the literature. So during this Mughal period, the many books it is to be to the written on the contributions to the Mughal kingdom. So written in the Persian, Arabic, Hindi, Turkistan and Sanskrit language there were the many books as there. So at the Babar he has to write on the Babar Nama. It is to one of this Babar's autobiography. And then the Jahangir, Tuzki Jahangiri, and the next continue Abdul Fazal, Ani e Akbari, and then Badayuni, it is translated the Ramayana into the Persian language. And Fazis, it is also translated the mathematical works, the Leelavati into the Persian language. And the next one, the Raja Todaramalla and the Bhagavad Purana into the Persian language. And then Tulsidas, he has to write on the Ramacharita Manasas in the Hindi. So these are all were one of the literary contributions to the Mughal dynasty. And the next we have to see there that is the art and architecture. So Akbar and Shah Jahan it is to contributed the most of this art and architecture during the we have to see there in this Mughal period. So the building the built them were the Fatehpur Sikri and then Agra and then Delhi. So Akbar period, we have to see there the Indo-Persian style of this architecture came into the existence. The famous palace like the Akbari Mahal, Jahangiri Mahal. Okay, look at this. It is the first one. It is the Akbari Mahal, the famous palace in this contribution to the Mughal kingdom. And the next one that is the Jahangiri Mahal. And the next one Diwan e Khas, and the next the Pancha Mahal, Jodhbai Mahal, Birbal Mahal, Ibadat Khan, Maktab Khan, Daftar Khan Palace, and the Jamia Masjid. So these are all were it is to the contributions to the the greatest palace we have to see there in the Mughal dynasty. So during this period, the Shah Jahan he has to reach into the Red Fort, and then Moti Masjid, Diwan-e-Am, Diwan-e-Khas, and then Ranga Mahal, and then Taj Mahal, and others buildings. It is to be were to built on this. That is the Shah Jahan. The throne of this Mayur and the spacious Jamia Mosque were to the contributions to the Shah Jahan. And then the Lahore, Kabul, Kandahar, Kashmir, Ajmer, and then Allahabad. So these are all what the contributions to the Shah Jahan, the available in the palace in this Mughal dynasties. And there's some other painting that during in this Humayun's times, the Mughals, the art of painting to the loved in this Mughal dynasties. So, with the help of Amir Sayyid Ali and Abdul Samad in the Persian, the various painting, the canvas were to created for this. The 17 artists in the court of this Akbar and then 30 artists in the Hindus, the famous among them to the Daswat, Baswan, Lala, Jagannath, and then Mukunda. So those are all some other the main painters we have to see there in the Mughal dynasties. So as usually in this Mughal dynasties, it is all over achievements, revenue system, literature, art and architecture field, and then contributions we have to see in this video. In my next class, we have to see there one of the another one, the major kingdom that is the Marathas we have to study it in my next class. Thank you for watching this video. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.